The first recipe is a blueberry cheesecake oatmeal bake. The first thing you're going to want to do is add about 1 cup of frozen or fresh berries to your pan. Make sure your pan is heated up to medium to low heat. And then you're going to be adding in a 1/4 cup of water and mixing it through until they get nice and soft. You're going to let the berries simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes until they get very soft. You want most of that water to evaporate, and the berries should turn into a nice thick paste. Once it has turned into a nice thick paste, you're going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of honey. Mix it in thoroughly and then set it aside. Next, you're going to add oats, 1½ cups. It can be rolled or quick oats. It doesn't matter which, as it will be blended. Then add 1 banana, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you're going to add 1 cup of milk. Next, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and you're going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of honey. And then blend it all together and it'll be a nice thick paste. I didn't realize my video wasn't recording at the time, but I added 3/4 cups of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of honey, and a teaspoon of vanilla and mixed thoroughly. Afterward, I spooned in 3/4 of the oat mix into my prepared baking pan. I spread it around evenly, and then you're going to be putting the blueberry mix that has been set aside cooling and spread it all on top as well and put it evenly across. You'll want to have your oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Add your cream cheese mixture on top, spread it around as evenly as you can, and then afterwards you're going to be adding in the rest of the oat mix layer to the very top of that. And then you'll be placing this in the oven and cooking it for about 20 minutes. Let it cool for a little while, then cut and serve. Absolutely delicious, and our family loved it. The next recipe I'm going to show you is how to make homemade sourdough pancakes. The first thing you're going to do is add in 1 cup of thick sourdough starter. Next, you're going to be adding in 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of honey, spoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and mix thoroughly. You'll want to have your pan on a medium setting. The butter should be nice and bubbly and melted before you put your pancake mix into the pan. Once it's nice and bubbly, start pouring your batter in. About a 1/4 cup is enough. I was able to fit 3 to sometimes 4 pancakes on my pan. Once there starts to be a few bubbles on the top, flip over your pancakes and let them cook for about another 1 to 2 minutes on the other side, and then remove from the heat. Add your favorite toppings and done. Next, we're going to make a French toast casserole. Add 5 eggs into your dip pan. You're going to want to mix them and then add 2 cups of milk. I've only shown 1 cup of milk being added, but I added another cup later on. Then you're going to want to add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and 3/4 cup of brown sugar and mix well. And next, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and mix again. Afterward, I cut up some sourdough bread I had into small cubes. I used only half a loaf. Add your cubed bread into the liquid mixture and let it soak in there for about half an hour. Spread it around nice and evenly. I then added about 1/3 of butter into a pan, let it melt, and add another 1/4 cup of brown sugar and mixed it around well until it was all melted together. You'll want to have your oven preheated to 210 degrees Celsius or 410 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're going to want to pour your butter sugar mix over the top of your bread and then place in the oven to bake for about 25 minutes. Take it out of the oven, let it sit for about 15 minutes to cool, and then serve. Next, I'm going to show you how to make some sourdough crepes. First, you're going to add in 4 eggs. My son already broke the first one. And then mix through. After, you're going to want to add about half a cup of sourdough starter into your mix. Next, add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then you're going to want to add in a 1/4 cup of melted butter and mix really well through. You want it to be nice and fluffy. Then set aside. Next, I wanted to make a chocolate coconut sauce, so I added 1 can of coconut milk into a bowl. Then I added a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of cacao powder, and 2 tablespoons of honey, as well as 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then I blended it through as I wanted it to be light and fluffy, and afterward I placed it in the fridge to harden. Next, make sure your pan is on medium heat, add some butter, make sure it's nice and melted, and then add a 1/4 cup of the crepe mixture into the pan. Let it cook for about 1 minute, and then you'll flip it over and let it cook for about another 20 seconds or so. And they should be nice and soft. This mixture made 10 crepes in total. You can add whatever fillings you like, but I added banana and strawberries for mine. So I just diced up 1 banana, diced up a few strawberries, and I put them into my crepes along with the chocolate sauce and some honey, and just folded them, and that was it. And they were absolutely beautiful and delicious, and my kids loved them. The next day, we made a beautiful creamy oatmeal. So for the oatmeal, I add 2 cups of organic rolled oats. I add then 2 cups of whole milk and 1 cup of filtered water. And I normally like to soak my oats overnight, but I didn't get the chance to do it last night. Then I add about a tablespoon of cinnamon, and then I add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I will mix it through. As the oatmeal heats up, it will start to thicken. I like to make mine quite thick. And afterwards, I will add in a 1/4 cup of honey and mix it through. And turn off the heat. And then just top with your favorite toppings. I did berries and some more honey on top. We currently have a lot of pumpkins, so next I did pumpkin sourdough pancakes. So you're going to add in about 1 cup of sourdough starter, and then add another cup of roasted mashed pumpkin, or you can do a can of pumpkin and mix it well through. Afterward, you're going to add 1 egg, mix that thoroughly in. Then I add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of honey, and a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and mix it through again. Next, I add a teaspoon of baking soda, I mix that through, and then I added a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. You want to have your pan heated to medium heat, the butter should be bubbling, and then add your mixture into the pan. When you notice several bubbles start to form on top, you can then flip them over. You only want to flip your pancakes over 1 time, because that way they will raise and be fluffier. Let them cook for about another minute on the other side and take off the heat. Top with your favorite toppings. I did butter and honey on mine. The next recipe is a chocolate avocado smoothie. So the first thing, I add a 1/4 cup of cream, 1 banana, half of an avocado. I then add 2 cups of whole milk. I normally use milk kefir, but we ran out. I add a teaspoon of vanilla. I add 2 tablespoons of cacao powder, 1 tablespoon blackstrap molasses, which is optional but tastes delicious and very healthy, 1 tablespoon of honey, and then I just topped it with a little bit more milk, put the lid on, and blend. And then that is it. You'll have a nice, thick, delicious, creamy chocolate avocado smoothie, which my kids love and ask for pretty much every single day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gives you some new ideas for breakfast ideas in the week. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, maybe lunch ideas, dinner ideas, or snack ideas. Have a lovely day. Is like your smoothie?
Yeah.
Alright, say bye!